What's poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. As I always say, you get two choices. You can settle in the life that has been faithfully set out for you, or you can have the ability to pave a path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. I see y'all, and even the ones in the back listening but act like they not. I see y'all too. So look, the title of this video is going to be something that came across my mind that I think is very important we focus on. Why is it that when people who sit up high on the food chain that basically monitor how the world functions and flows, how come when they do something wrong, it's not publicly displayed? We're not able to see it on a grand scale. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is available for the public to see that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the people that we trust and think so highly of also be moving wrong for their own selfish gain. Like, we never see that. And I know for a fact that it's so much corruption being done on a higher scale, but is it because of their status that it's able to be paid off, swept under the rug, and done quietly? How come us as the people are never able to see their corruption be displayed on the main scale? Now, listen, correct me if I'm wrong, but me just feeling how I'm feeling, I feel like as of lately, there may have been some cases where the people who did wrong that were in the government took plea deals. And personally, I feel like that's a PR stunt. If we get them to accept responsibility for what they did, they'll get a little bit of time. They'll still have their pension when they get out. Everything will be good. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say I've seen the case where the correctional officers, I think, jumped a man or whatever, and they went to court and pled guilty. But the look on the man's face, like, it's almost as if he felt no remorse. And he pled guilty to all the charges. Who knows if in the background it was a setup to him doing that? Because you just got to be real. Corruption has been going on for a very long time. This ain't the start of it, and it probably won't be the end of it. But we never see them take responsibility for the wrongdoing that they do. But let us do something. We're put on cable news, the big screen. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes you see a lot of cases where people go to jail for actually being innocent of the crime. You know what I'm saying? And spending so many years incarcerated, their voice wasn't heard. The people who got them locked up were able to get away with mishandling evidence, not correctly documenting things, and putting innocent people in jail. You never hear about those people going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Them actually doing an investigation on those officers and those attorneys. What happens is the man goes to jail for 25 years. He gets out. He sues. He gets $3.5 million. Okay, that's cool. But if the man's mental state ain't where it need to be, that $3.5 million is going to be gone. That's not enough justice, I feel like. I feel like truly the way we get prosecuted for doing something wrong, why is it not the same for them? How come they're able to get a pass and a pat on their back? You know what I'm saying? As if nothing's wrong. And then what happens is you convince the whole world to believe that anyone that doesn't see life like that should be accused and dragged down. You know what I'm saying? And looked at as the guilty one because they're able to see the truth for what it really is. Being the fact that that truth was never supposed to get out because we put the people in so much of an illusion that we don't do no wrong. It's all the people's fault. And we're the ones that, you know what I'm saying, make the best moves to help the people. When that's a lie. That's not the truth. It's people sitting behind these computer screens in these offices making wrong moves to defraud the people on purpose. And because we are putting the trust of our lives in y'all hands, y'all could tell us anything and we just supposed to believe it, even though you've been moving wrong. Like, listen, I say the worst thing happens is a company shuts down. No one ever publicly gets held accountable. It gets swept under the rug and they're able to move on to a different company knowing they persuaded the people out of a certain mission. You guys were there to be assigned a certain duty to help the people and y'all didn't. Y'all defrauded them, and it's never put on the news. It's never publicly displayed. It's never, you know what I'm saying, anybody taking any accountability. It's always blamed on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just hidden. Nobody ever says anything about it. You feel me? They get, who knows what happens to them. Even if they get fired, they might not. You know what I'm saying? They might just get it swept under the rug, pay a little fine, move on to a different company, and are able to do the same thing. Why is it like that? Why is it that they never get held accountable for their wrongdoings? It just get pushed on to other people to take accountability for something that they know they had their hand in. That's corruption at its finest. But let us, you know what I'm saying, get into these systems where we are banking on using the resources, and we do one thing, they start, you feel me, snatching everything, making it seem like it's our fault, that we ain't pushing this on the people. We ain't making them do this. They ain't doing the right code. They ain't following the right system. That's why it's no. I feel as if, like, start making those people take accountability by putting it on blast. This person, you feel me, this whole amount of time they've been sitting in this position has been corrupting and defrauding the people. And while they're driving around in a Mercedes, there's a certain group of people that are made to stay broke because they can see through the truth, while they're able to get away with a lie. Listen, the biggest, most one is the fact that Trump committed felonies. He never served no jail time. I don't even think the man got probation. And he's still the president ruling the world right now. Somewhere something is off, and everybody got their hand in it. You know what I'm saying? Except for the ones that can see the truth. We're going to make y'all life a living hell, so that, you know what I'm saying, you're not able to see what's really going on. We need you to be in the illusion like everybody else. It's all a system designed to get people in line. They not really telling the truth. They not really helping like they saying they are. Listen, some states are in such a major deficit that they don't have the resources that y'all think they have. They lying to y'all. They just need y'all to get in formation and get in line. While these people who we trust with our lives to help us are actually being and doing some of the most corrupted things, and we never see them get in trouble for it. We never see them go to jail. We never see them, you feel me, do a whole press review where this happens, that happens, and they actually take accountability for the wrong that they did. Why is that like that? If you ask me, that's narcissism at its finest, with the people that's supposed to hold our life in their hands. That's insane crazy. And I feel like there are certain people that can see it, they know what's going on, but they too pussy to actually, you feel me, do the correct investigation and be the one to exploit the story. Listen, and that may be even the wrong word, I'm sorry, but people just are sometimes so afraid of the actions that will happen to them if they are able to go public with a story that they know is being used to defraud the people. You feel me? People just do not want to tell the truth. I seen it with my own eyes. Why is it that nothing's being done? Why is this type of corruption is okay? And if things are being done, it's being done behind the scenes, so the people in the public can't see it. While y'all taking away things and shifting things up and making them feel like they're the problem, when really y'all the problem. Ain't nobody exempt. I think people who are in the government are the most crookedest people, who are able to get away with corruption and nobody says anything. They just go to their jobs every day and act like everything is perfectly okay. And I know some people gotta feel the guilt of knowing that they intentionally defrauded the people and nothing is being done, but the whole time there are people suffering for no reason. That is insane to me. That is corruption at its finest. And when is we gonna start seeing things come into light? They'll be so quick to put certain things on the news to make it seem as if the people is gonna go down, when in reality there are people on a upper level in places and boardrooms and doing things that we don't know nothing about, because they're forced to put us in an illusion where we think it's our fault. Anything that happens that's on them, they gonna twist it and flip it and put it on us. Listen, I've been in relationships with people who do that. It is so frustrating, because we could probably get ahead if you took accountability for the things that you did, but you can't. So you flip it on the person that can take accountability to make it seem as if it's their fault. Listen, I'm telling you, listen, it's high up on the food chain, and they oftentimes have minions, which are regular people in this world that are corrupted mentally by y'all want to call it a fad, a fake, don't want to believe it, MK Ultra, like that. Listen, get these people go through so much trauma, regular people on the streets, get them to be agents, get them to go after the ones, you feel me, that can see through the truth. Because if we get exposed, that means we're going to have to take accountability for the wrong that we did. So we got to make sure everybody thinks and operates the same. So you got to do everything you can to make sure they stay in line, even if you got to take them out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that the truth does not get exposed in no way, because we won't never have to pay for it. We could just pay somebody off and we can keep hopping to the next system and keep passing it off like nothing ever happened. Hey, that's insane. That's insane to me. You know what I'm saying? And then we get criminally charged for finding breakthroughs through the system. They do everything they can to try to make it hard for us, and when we find a way to get through it, it's almost as if they have their little minions who be like, no, you can't do that. No, that's not okay. But y'all do it. The only difference is we can't see it. And y'all get away with it. But let it be us. You feel me? Hey, you make sure the people that can see the truth, make sure they have the most hardest life ever so they don't reveal the truth. But the craziest part is a lot of the people that y'all making have the hardest life ever already done been through the storm. Already and seen the worst of the worst of the worst. So them speaking the truth and making light of the situation, it don't scare them for the consequences that's come follow behind it. Because people need to start taking accountability. And what's the craziest part about the whole situation is the fact that when these people are pointed out as doing something wrong and you're using their services and they're working, they act like what you saying is blah, blah, blah. They can't hear you. And they do everything they can to override it. You feel me? To talk over it, to manipulate you out of believing what you know to be true. You feel me? They know it's true. Just like the people they work for also know it's true. But we need you to finesse you out of the manipulation, because we have a secret society we work under where people can't see, where we operate off corruption. We defraud y'all in every possible way. And then we control y'all mind so y'all never know. And we get ahead while y'all struggle. Why is nobody talking about that? Why is nobody making it be known? Listen, I think that'd be the biggest story of a lifetime, to expose corrupted individuals who say or make people believe that they're often after a certain motive and they're not. Why is there no investigations into that? But they'll be quick to use the FBI, the CIA, to go after maybe, you feel me, my culture people who have figured out how to make a way for themselves out of the normal poverty conditions. Like, they gotta be committing a crime. They gotta be doing something wrong. Make sure you watch them, because as soon as they slip up, we're gonna send them back to jail. That's fucked up. It's wrong. It's backwards. Because there are people who are doing wrong who need to take accountability, and they're not. Nobody is ever gonna say anything. Why? Because probably half of y'all behind the scenes in the government is fucking each other. That's why. And don't nobody want to mention anything because you got feelings. You feel me? You tied to that person. That person paid for your Mercedes, your wedding gift. So you don't want to blame that person as to them doing something wrong, because they going to take that away. Listen, it's either now or never. We deal with that shit on a daily. You feel me? I think somebody needs to start speaking up and let it be known. Listen, that the people ain't, you feel me, getting what they want for real. We're setting them up to believe something. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, we have a whole different motive, because it's not what they think. You know what I'm saying? Listen, people are really waking up to the truth, and they're seeing it for what it really is. And oftentimes those people have, you know what I'm saying, a worse life than everybody else. Because what's happening is, if I take everything away, you'll stop talking. You know what I'm saying? You'll stop speaking on the truth, and you'll hop back in line. That is their mission statement. That is what they want to happen. You know what I'm saying? And they send in agents at all costs from everywhere to our people who think that they do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? And they come in and they try to persuade you off your feet. They try to manipulate you, fatal attractions, anything to tempt you. Because the moment they get in, they have a better view of corrupting your mind so that you don't go speaking on secrets that you're not supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? The people are disillusioned. Nobody really knows or cares about what we doing up here because everybody is stressed out and just following formation. But you can see through the illusion and you know the truth for real. You know what I'm saying? And if that is spoken out loud and everybody knows, then that means we're going to have to take accountability for the wrong that we did. And we not ready to face that yet. Why? Why though? We do all the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, listen, I can't. I see why they trying to make me be the outcast. Nobody want to be friends with me or talk to me because y'all got people really believing y'all shit don't stink. You know what I'm saying? Whole time y'all sitting, going to your corporate offices, riding around in your Mercedes, there's people out here hungry. Y'all scandalous as fuck. You feel me? And then you got people afraid to even talk. They're stressed out. They're crying. You know what I'm saying? Because they can't understand what's going on. It's people that operate in ways that we are known to see. Like, listen, just be real. I'm my culture people. We're raised off deception. We're raised off crookedness. We're raised off manipulation. We see it amongst ourselves, but we can't see it in these people sitting up high that's directing our life. Those should be the ones that we should get better for, to let them know that they in the wrong and let them take accountability. Y'all been putting us against each other for so long. Now it's time y'all take responsibility because we ain't the goddamn problem. For real. You just wanted us to suffer so that we never seen the truth. Listen, I sometimes I wake up happy to live my life. It may not look like what everybody else looks like, but the fact that I'm able to see what most can't see, you feel me, it'll be the reason that my people stop suffering, nigga. You feel me? And I ain't gonna be quiet. I ain't gonna shut up. You can't, listen, my granny, she took me through some shit. You feel me? But she helped me understand the dark and lightened people. So you can't get no worse than that lady. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what you think you're doing, but oftentimes the people that you're sent to hate me, dislike me, often fall in love. Because they be like, damn, I didn't see life like that. You know what I'm saying? I was an illusion. I couldn't see. But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Aside from all that, it's the truth. And ain't nobody speaking on it. You see everything on the news about us killing each other. You know what I'm saying? This happening, that happening. But why don't nobody ever speak about the corruption that goes on in these offices where we're not allowed to get clearance into? It's just passed off. Money paid off. They're actually able to get laid off silently and go home with their little pensions and still ride around in their BMWs and then just go work for a different company. But let a person of my culture commit a crime, you ruin and scar their whole reputation. They can't get no job. They can't get no place to live. Their credit is fucked up. They are failing. Listen, what the fuck is going on? Somewhere in that system, something ain't right. And ain't nobody speaking up on it. Why? You afraid? Afraid of what? Hey, I can see it though. Some people get so mad when you actually make them take accountability that they be ready to almost take a person out. Like, I never thought I would have to take accountability. I never thought that I would have to be held accountable for the wrong that I was doing because I had everybody manipulated and paid off that nobody would ever snitch on me. I'm just that powerful. Well, listen, when that shit started affecting people, you had to know that at one point in some time in day and era, the universe was going to make it to where the people who got held accountable the most was going to wake up and see the truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you was afraid of. That's what you was afraid of. And that's why you do your best to keep these people enslaved mentally. You feel me? Trapped inside of a box. Hoping that, you feel me, they're going to get the resources that they need, not knowing we stripping them of everything. Why? Because we know if we keep feeding them, or, you feel me, somebody going to talk. Somebody going to have the balls enough to speak up and talk. And when they do, you feel me, it's going to crack everything wide the fuck open. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. That's what's been holding people back for so long. Hey, nigga. Listen, I am the type of person, I will go into an office and I will speak up on something that I seen being done wrong to make it seem like I'm the one that's doing the wrong when really it wasn't me, it's them. But they are so in an illusion, they're so convinced on what to say to make a person not see the truth and not think what they thinking. Like, what they're thinking is not what's happening. It's the opposite. When in reality, they give you an answer in 60 different ways. And in your mind, you know it's not right. That's why you keep asking the same question in a different way, because you know they're fidangling you. You know they're giving you the runaround. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. I feel like that's insane, because I done seen corruption at its finest in my face. And still, we just putting certain things on the news, painting people in a good light like ain't nothing going on. Whole time behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? What's really good? You know what I'm saying? It ain't enough money in the world to pay off a person who intentionally makes shit bad for people for their own satisfaction. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? In every sense of the way. But why are we not seeing that? You putting bogus ass shit on the news. Don't nobody give a fuck about that shit. Niggas is really going through it for real. And y'all ain't helping. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody got balls enough to speak up. Because I know it's happening. I know it's happening. I know it is. You feel me? And we just can't see it. We just can't see it. You feel me? A mysterious person walking in the freaking CIA building in Virginia. They got a whole SWAT team. Like, come on. Listen. I'm telling you, don't quit putting the people in an illusion and show the real. Show the real. Because y'all don't hate to show the real on us. Let's see the real on y'all. Let y'all take accountability for the wrong y'all been doing and see how y'all feel after your reputation is scarred. You know what I'm saying? We can't see that. Why? Because there's somebody, who mad, sitting behind the scenes wondering and thinking, why did y'all not stop her? Why isn't anything we do not phasing her? She keeps coming back stronger every single time. I thought you guys were going to get her to shut up. I thought somebody was going to come be a fatal attraction to her and take her out. Why is it not working? They're getting closer and closer. We're getting afraid. That's exactly what's supposed to happen, because my people, and probably a lot of other people besides mine, but mainly mine since slavery days, it's about time we be set free. Reparations, again, is not about money. It's about having a clear consciousness to see reality for what it really is. Now, again, I'm not taking away from the people that do wrong and know they do wrong and don't want to answer for it. But it's a mind construction against people in general. Doesn't matter if you have a corporate job or not. If you really go out here doing stuff wrong and think you never have to take accountability for it, and then when you do have to take accountability for it, you act like you didn't do nothing. I don't know how the world got like that, but that's wrong. If you know you was intentionally doing something wrong, you shouldn't be doing it, because it's going to come back at some point. It doesn't matter how long you was able to get away with it. At some point, you're going to have to pay for that. That's the laws of karma. You know what I'm saying? That's why I live my life the best I can with limited resources. I'm not going to hurt nobody. I'm not going to take from nobody, because that good karma is going to come back to me. And when it do, listen, I'm going to be laughing all the way to the bank, because there are really people that dictate our lives, that have us stressed out, that intentionally defraud the people. And then you got people too scared to even speak up about it. And when they do, you make it seem like they tripping. They not tripping. These people see the truth. They know exactly what's going on. You just do everything you can to make them be quiet. This been going on, nigga, since before my mama was born. Since before my great-great-granny was born. And it kept everybody enslaved. And now that people waking up, you trying to do everything you can to make them be at the bottom of the barrel so that they will be too afraid to talk. Hey, I ain't afraid to talk because I ain't doing nothing wrong. We ain't doing nothing wrong. You ain't got no reason to be mad or be afraid to talk, right? Now, you got other people shitting in their pants because they afraid to lose they high-class lifestyles. You feel me? But I think the justice of people is more important to me, and that's just me. Everybody ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have long-term success for my daughter who gonna have to grow up in this world than, you feel me, short-term success to be quiet. Because this is way bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just able to see it and speak on it. You can't get me to be quiet and you probably big mad. That's okay. One day you gonna eat your words. Okay? This not just about me. This is so much bigger. Eventually my daughter gonna have kids. And I would hate to see her grow up in a world that intentionally is designed to keep her trapped. On purpose. You know what I'm saying? She deserves to be free. So when I go to my final resting place, I can look down and be smiling that she's able to be free and be herself. instead of enslaved by the way they want the world to be. This is so much bigger than what people think. And I hope that at some point, some period, sometime, it be 1,000,001 news stories on YouTube, on the news, that show these people being exposed, because they know exactly who they are. You know what I'm saying? And they know exactly how to move, who to talk to, who to get under their grip. You feel me? Who fucking who? You feel me? That ain't nobody bold enough to speak up. But I see it going on every day in my everyday life. People get exposed. You feel me? Cousins, fucking on, you feel me? Marcus and Sean, you feel me? They got babies by cousin Shalita and all types of shit. Niggas is fucked up over that shit. You feel me? And that dictates our life. But I think now is the time where that shit about to flip. The people that been getting away with that shit for so long, y'all about to be exposed. And we about to rise. And we about to understand how we were tricked. You feel me? And we gonna stop doing that. And now it's our time. So you can be mad all you want, but one thing you ain't gonna do is get me to stop talking. So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.